Your person carries deep-rooted trust issues that have shaped the way they form and maintain connections. Life has taught them, often harshly, that vulnerability can come at a cost. Because of this, they find it incredibly difficult to let their guard down, even with someone they love. In your case, this fear of being betrayed or abandoned has led them to feel the constant need to learn everything about you, every thought, every emotion, every move. It's not because they don't trust you personally, but because their past experiences have made them believe that knowledge and control are the only ways to protect themselves from pain. Even though both of you share the same core values, honesty, loyalty, love, and commitment, your personalities and physical expressions of love are vastly different. You may be someone who requires space, independence, and emotional safety, while they often seek closeness, reassurance, and validation. This mismatch has caused friction between you, as your person sometimes failed to recognize or respect your boundaries. There have been moments where their fear of losing you caused them to act out in ways that crossed emotional lines. They didn't always understand that love without respect for one's autonomy can turn suffocating. In their desperation to feel secure, they sometimes ignored the fact that true connection requires trust, not control. It wasn't always obvious to them at the time, but they're starting to see how their actions may have caused you to pull away. The idea of losing you, someone who genuinely accepted them and saw their true self, terrifies them. It's this fear, more than anything, that has prompted a deep sense of urgency within them. They don't want to let things spiral beyond repair. They know they've made mistakes, and now, more than ever, they're determined to fix what's been broken between you. Lately, your person has been stuck in a loop of memories. They constantly find themselves reminiscing about the time you spent together, the laughter, the small gestures of care, the quiet understanding you shared. These memories have become a safe space in their mind, a place where they can relive moments of peace and joy. They still keep pictures of you, tucked away in places they often return to. And every time they look at them, it brings them a strange mix of comfort and heartache. Those images remind them not only of the love you once shared but also of what they've risked losing. You've become a part of their daily thoughts, especially during the quiet of the night. That's when your absence feels the loudest, and their mind drifts back to the good times, wondering how things fell apart and if there's still a chance to make it right. They want nothing more than to reach out and have an honest conversation with you. The silence between you is heavy, but they understand now that you needed it. You needed space to breathe, to process, and to heal. You went silent not out of indifference, but because you realized that love cannot thrive in an environment where boundaries are ignored. You learned that accepting someone fully doesn't mean allowing them to walk all over you. It doesn't mean tolerating behavior that drains your energy or makes you feel unseen. Your silence was your way of reclaiming your voice, your worth, and your peace. And although it hurt them deeply, it also opened their eyes to the reality of the situation. Now, they're ready to talk, not to justify the past, but to understand it. They want to clear the fog of confusion and break through the wall of misunderstandings that has built up between you. For the first time in a long time, they're not focused on being right, they're focused on healing, on reconnecting, and on growing. They want to create a safe space where both of you can be honest about your pain, your needs, and your hopes moving forward. This isn't just about fixing a broken relationship, it's about rebuilding it with stronger foundations, where mutual respect and emotional safety come first. The channel song that resonates deeply with this reading is perfect. It reflects the emotional essence of what your person is feeling. The song captures both the innocence of love and the ache of regret, mirroring the highs and lows of your journey together. To them, you were perfect in your own way, flaws and all, and now they realize how rare and valuable that connection truly was. They're holding on to hope that it's not too late to rewrite your story, to turn the pain into growth, and to build something even more meaningful than before. Ultimately, your person's heart is filled with longing, remorse, and love. They are not perfect, but they are learning. They're realizing that real love isn't about possession, it's about presence, patience, and respect. Whether or not you choose to give them another chance, they will carry the lessons from this relationship with them forever. And in that way, you've already helped them heal more than you may ever know. Every love song on the radio makes me think of you. It's like the universe has conspired to constantly remind me of what we once had. I can't listen to music the same way anymore. I've created a playlist of all the songs we shared with each other, those tracks that once made us smile, dance, laugh, and sometimes even cry together. Each lyric holds a memory, a moment frozen in time. I hear those melodies and suddenly I'm back in your arms, feeling like the world made sense. Music was our language, our unspoken connection. Now, it feels like an echo, haunting and beautiful all at once. My mind is constantly filled with thoughts of you. It doesn't matter how busy my day is or what I try to distract myself with, you still find a way into my thoughts. Morning, night, and every hour in between, you're there. It's not always sadness. Sometimes it's longing. Sometimes it's regret. Sometimes it's just the quiet realization that you're the one I want beside me through everything. Not a single day passes without me thinking about you in some way. You've become a part of me in ways I didn't even realize until the distance started to grow. I want a new life, a fresh beginning. But more than that, I want it with you. I don't want to build a future that you're not part of. I want to wake up next to you, build dreams with you, share ordinary moments that turn extraordinary just because you're in them. You brought something into my life that I can only describe as a higher love, deeper, more meaningful, something that lifted me in ways nothing else ever has. With you, even silence felt warm and fulfilling. I saw colors differently, felt things more intensely, and understood love on a level I never had before. But recently, something has shifted. I can't quite explain it, but I feel it. It's like you're pulling your energy away from me, and I'm left grasping at air. I feel you slipping away, slowly but surely, and it terrifies me. It's not always in words or actions, it's in the spaces between, in the quiet moments where I used to feel your presence the most. Now, all I feel is absence. And that absence grows louder each day. It's a silence that hurts. I miss the feel of you, your laugh, your voice, the way your hand would find mine without even looking. I miss the comfort of knowing I could count on you, the warmth of our shared world. And now, there's this constant ache, a hole in my heart where your presence used to be. I keep wondering if you feel the same or if you've already begun to move on while I'm still standing in the same place, hoping for a sign that you're still holding on too. I'll admit it, I played so many mind games with you. I kept my guard up, I tested you, I let fear drive me instead of love. I thought I was protecting myself, but in the end, I only ended up pushing you away. I thought I was in control, but I wasn't. I played myself. I created distance when all I wanted was closeness. I created confusion when all I needed was honesty. And now, I'm left with the painful realization of what I might have lost. The loss of you isn't just emotional, it's physical. It sits in my chest like a weight I can't shake off. I feel it when I try to sleep, when I walk into a room we once shared, when I see something I know would have made you laugh. It's a constant reminder that love isn't something to be taken for granted, that the people we care about most can't always wait for us to get it right. This space between us, it's making me realize something I should have seen sooner. If I keep waiting, if I keep letting fear or pride hold me back, I could lose you forever. And that's something I truly don't want. I don't want to look back months or years from now and wonder what if. I don't want to hear your name in passing and feel nothing but regret. I want to fight for you, for us, because you're worth it. Because this love, our love, is worth saving. I know words alone aren't enough. I know I can't undo the past, but I can learn from it. I can show you that I've grown, that I understand the value of what we had, and what we can still have. All I ask is a chance to try. A chance to rebuild, to reconnect, to return to that love we once held so close. Because deep down, I believe we still belong to each other. Your partner may have spent a significant part of their life avoiding serious relationships, often choosing to remain single or only engaging in shallow, short-lived connections. Their reluctance to commit wasn't entirely random, it was shaped by deep-rooted beliefs and experiences, many of which stemmed from their upbringing or the people they were surrounded by. From an early age, they may have been conditioned to believe that most women were only interested in superficial things: money, fame, excitement, and the temporary thrill of being with someone in the spotlight. They rarely, if ever, saw examples of genuine love without conditions or hidden agendas, so they grew up guarding their heart, skeptical of anyone who claimed to care. But then they met you, and everything began to shift. You weren't like anyone they had known before. From the start, you brought warmth, patience, and an unshakable honesty into their life. You didn't try to impress them with flash or demand anything in return for your affection. Instead, you offered steady, quiet love, showing up for them during the good days and the hard ones. Your support was constant, even when they were emotionally distant or difficult to be around. You loved them not for what they had, but for who they were, even when they couldn't see their own worth. At first, they didn't recognize the depth of what they had with you. They mistook your kindness for naivety, your loyalty for convenience, and your patience for passivity. They were rude at times, selfish even, not out of cruelty, but because they didn't know any better. They were afraid of vulnerability, so they kept their emotions guarded, pushing you away rather than letting you in. What they didn't understand then was that all you truly wanted was their love, not perfection, not wealth, not attention, just love, returned with the same sincerity you gave. Now, with time and distance, they've come to see everything in a new light. They understand now just how much they took you for granted. The things they once dismissed or overlooked, your caring texts, your efforts to make them smile, your silent understanding during their darker moments, have come to mean everything to them. They see now that what you offered was rare, selfless, and genuine. And in realizing that, they also feel a deep, aching regret. They are truly sorry, not just for how they treated you, but for how long it took them to recognize your value. There's a fear growing inside them now, one they can't ignore, the fear that someone else, someone more present and appreciative, might come into your life and give you the kind of love and attention you always deserved. That fear isn't coming from jealousy or possessiveness, but from a place of deep remorse and recognition. They know they failed to show up for you when it mattered most. And now that they've realized your worth, the idea of losing you to someone else is almost unbearable. That's why they're coming back, fast, strong, and possibly more intense than you've ever seen them before. They're no longer uncertain or guarded. They've made up their mind and their heart is fully engaged. You might notice a sense of urgency in their words or actions. They may seem anxious or overly concerned, but it's only because they don't want to make the same mistakes again. They don't want to lose the chance to build something meaningful with you, not now, not after everything they've come to understand. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It came from self-reflection, from missing you in the quiet moments, from seeing how empty things felt without your presence. They've realized that life without you isn't the same, not as rich, not as fulfilling. You were the one who brought them peace in chaos, love in loneliness, and clarity in confusion. And now, they want to return that love to you, fully and without holding back. They know it will take time to rebuild what was broken. Trust isn't easily repaired, and wounds don't heal in a day. But they are willing to do the work, not just to win you back, but to become the kind of partner you truly deserve. They no longer want to be the person who lets fear or ego stand in the way of something beautiful. Instead, they want to be someone who shows up, who communicates, who cherishes, and who loves you with the same honesty and depth you've always given them. Because now, more than ever, they see your worth, and they don't want to let you go.